Okay, so let's get to know about your control statements now. So, moving on further. Before I move on to your control statements, let us look into your indentation in the Python once again. So, for the ease of your programming, in order to achieve, to make it a simpler one, the indentation is necessary, I would say. So, Python does not allow the user to use parentheses or for the block of your code. Okay. Usually in your C and C++ or any other programming language, what we would do is you would use your curly braces to indicate that this particular code belongs to this set of this is a block of code in order to store it up in order to showcase everything. So in Python, indentation is used to declare a block. If two statements are at the same indentation level, then they are the part of the same block. It means that they belong to the one same set of a block. For example, now if at all, now let us consider the town or the city wherein we are staying, right? Now we have our own locality, right? This particular area is called as one block, and the next section we call it as a block number 2. So it means that whatever the information or whatever the rules and regulations or be it anything, if it is being applied to block 1, then all the houses which are present in that particular block will be implementing that particular set of rules and regulations. So the same thing goes with the here. If at all they have the same indentation level, then they tell us that they are part of the same block. Now, generally, 4 spaces are given to indent the statements. As discussed earlier, we all know that 4 spaces or a tab we use to indent the statements, which are typically the amount of indentation in the Python. Indentation is the most used part of the Python language since it declares the block of code. All the statements of one block are intended at the same level indentation. We will just see now like how actual indentation takes place in the decision making and other stuff in the Python. So this were the necessary indentations which we must know before we start up with the control statements. The indentation remains the same for all the set of instructions whichever you're gonna give, be it in an interpreter or in an IDE. Okay. Now moving on to the next one. So in Python, we have control statements of 3 different types. That is your if-else statements, if statements, if-else statements, nested if. So basically, we have 3 types of if statements. Or I would say they are nothing but your decision making statements, right? So before I move on to each one of them, decision making is a must or a most important aspect of almost all the programming language, I would say, right? So as the name implies, decision making, it is nothing but it allows us to run a particular block of code for a particular decision. Okay, if particular decision holds good, then particular set of code gets executed. If it doesn't hold good, then the other set of code gets executed. So here the decisions are made on the validity of the particular conditions. Understanding? Decisions are always made on the validity of a particular conditions. Now, conditions is nothing but it is checking. What do you mean by condition? Condition is nothing but it is just checking is a backbone of a decision making. We just check whether that particular condition holds good or no. If it holds good, then first a particular set of code gets executed. If at all it is not true, then the other set of code executed. Right? I hope that is being clear. Now we'll just see what are the different types of your control statements. Right? Okay. Now, here we have your if statement, if else statements, and nested if statements. Now, coming back to your simple if, the if statement is used to test a specific condition. If the condition is true, a block of code, that is your if block, gets executed, right? Now, coming back to your if else statement, I'll proceed with the if else statements, if statement example now. When I'm explaining about the if else, we shall know the definition of it. Now, let's get into your execution part. Now, before that, we'll just see an example and a syntax. So, coming back to your if statement. The if statement is used to test a particular condition, and if the condition is true, it executes a block of code. This is also called as your if block. And if the condition of if statement can be any valid logical expression which can be either evaluated to true or false. Now just check out the flowchart of it. We have a condition. Now what happens? Firstly, it will enter here. The condition is being checked. For example, let me consider two numbers. I have two numbers, a variable. I have two variables, which is where a is equals to 10 and b is equals to 20. Okay. Here in the condition, I'm gonna check out if a is greater than b. A's value is 10, b value is 20. A is not greater than b. So if the condition is true, it is going to execute this particular set of code. If the condition is being false, then this particular set of code gets executed. That was about your if statement. Now, coming back to your syntax and example. Syntax of the if statement is given below. If, then whatever the condition you want to give it up, and then this set of code which it should execute. Now, coming back to your example. So let us consider num is nothing but a variable wherein I am taking a input from the user. Okay. If num mod 2 is equals to 0, then what it has to print up? It has to print that the number is even. Right? So we'll just execute this particular set of code in our program, and then we'll just check it out. Yeah, just hold on a sec. Okay, so I'll just make it as a heading. Okay. Okay, so we were just looking up for the example, right? Yeah. So what we have done here is we have just taken a variable called num, wherein I'm taking up an input from the user, that is enter number. Now in the next statement, what I'm doing, I'm just checking up whatever the number user has entered. In the if condition, I'm checking for I'm taking a mod of it. If mod of 2, that is num mod 2 equal to 0, then it is even, right? So this is how this is the illustration for your if statements. And another example for your if statement. Okay. Yeah, just a second. Hold on. Yeah. So example number 2, program to print the largest of 3 numbers. Okay, so we are going to check like which is the largest number among all the 3 numbers. So what we are doing here is we are using multiple if statements in order to check our number, right? Okay, I'll just share you all the screen. We should execute there. Okay. Okay, hopefully it is visible. Now I'll just add this and I'll just execute your if statement. I'll just execute here. I'll just type in the code and then see here. What I've done is first step, I'll just run it once. Enter a number 23, B 34, C 45. Okay, C is largest. Now let me take one by one. Control C, Control V. Okay, enter a number. So like this also you can get to know 23. I hope you all are able to see the screen. Yeah, so control to center, enter A is 23. Now after that I'll take my B statement, control C again. So what I'll do, this is nothing but I'm gonna write, either way you can write it, okay? I'm just showing you all, like this is also another way to write your program. 34, press enter. Okay, now again I'll take up one more statement which will be taking my third input from the number, run, that is I've given it as 45. Control press enter. 45. Now what I'll do, I'll go on checking with control C. I'll take these both in a one single statement, run. Okay, you can take it either way. It's according to your wish that how you take up, run, and then finally control C, control V, control enter. So when we compare this, C is the largest. When I wrote here, the output was the same. When I wrote instruction by instruction, that is line by line, still it is the same. So either way you can write it. So what I have done here is I have taken up three inputs, that is three variables, and the input I am taking it from the user. Okay, after that what I am doing, and here you can just take it as input itself. Okay, no need of your integer mentioning. It will take, if at all you are specific, then just check it out. Redone it, enter the number 23, then 34, then 45. C is largest. If at all I want to take it for the float value, what will be the output? 40.5. 32, 23. A is largest, it is taking for the 40.5. It's just when you don't mention the integer type, so no need of mentioning the integer, it should be of the type integer. Directly you can give it. Okay, so either way is possible. That's what I wanted to just demonstrate to you. I hope that things are clear for the example 2 as well now. Okay, now moving on to your next is your if, which was the next one. Yeah, I'll just share you up the screen now. Okay, next is your if-else statements. We shall be knowing about the if-else statement in the next video.